Welcome to another episode of our Let's Try series. Today we are going to be trying some Japanese bread. 5 different types of Japanese bread that you should try while you're here. Now today I got these breads from a supermarket, but if you do ask us on our private customized tour, you will have a chance to go try some of the best places in Tokyo that specialize in these types of breads. Without further ado, let's get started. Alright, before I eat the breads, a little history checkup on bread in Japan. Did you know that bread was introduced to Japan in the 15 and 1600s by the Portuguese when the Portuguese were coming over to Japan and trading, and they introduced it. However, it didn't get that popular, especially during the Edo period. The Edo period is known for Japan's isolation when they really shut out the rest of the world and kind of focused on Japanese stuff only. So bread was out of the picture during that time. Did you know that bread in Japan got popular during the late 1800s? There was a man who was a very high-ranking dude. His name was Egawa Hidetatsu. And he was known for 2 things in Japan. Now the first one was that he was responsible for toughening up the naval defenses in Japan. Second, he's also known as a father of bread. I don't know how a guy is responsible for making the coastal defenses is also known as a father of bread, but he is known to have a really good bread recipe, and he was known to give it as a provisions to his soldiers. Thus, he is the one that introduced bread into Japan and made it very popular. So yeah, very interesting guy and a very weird fact. We can get more into bread as we go, but those are some cool facts about bread in Japan. First bread we're trying is called anpan. This is a red bean bread. Red bean bread is very popular in Japan. You can buy this almost anywhere. Now on the inside, you got some red bean inside of bread. Very simple bread, and it's delicious. Very sweet and would go well with milk. So look for anpan or red bean bread. Alright, the second bread that's very popular in Japan is called Melon pan. Literally, it's called melon bread, but it is not related to melon in any way other than the shape. And I'll tell you. Now take a look at that. It kind of looks like a melon, sort of. That's why it's called melon pan or melon bread. It has a rough, hard crust on the outside, and then it's very soft on the inside. It's very sweet. It's just a very sweet, crusty bread. Very delicious. This bread has a very sugar-coated crust, hard crust on the top, and then a very soft bread on the inside. Go to a bakery, get it while it's hot. It tastes way better than these ones that you get at the supermarket, but I do still recommend the ones that you get at the supermarket. Alright, third bread that we're looking at is kare pan or curry bread. Curry bread is basically bread with curry on the inside. Japanese curry, not Indian curry. It's deep fried, so it has a very crispy crust on the outside, and then there's delicious curry on the inside. I prefer to eat these very warm. I should have put it in the toaster, but it still tastes very good, even if it's not warm. This is definitely one of my favorite breads out of the mix, and they have a lot of different kinds of it, so I highly recommend that you get curry bread in Japan. Last 2, not specifically breads, but sandwiches, and I'll go with this one first. This one is the Tonkatsu sando. Tonkatsu is basically pork cutlet, so it's a pork cutlet sandwich with tonkatsu sauce, which is a pork cutlet sauce that goes well with it. Again, this is the one that I bought just at a regular 7-Eleven. If you do come on our private customized tours, you'll have a chance to try a very good one. One of my favorite ones. They have a couple of them around Tokyo, but I'll take you guys if you guys do come. But this is what it looks like. Literally just a pork cutlet in between 2 breads. Even the ones at 7-Eleven taste very good. This one's cold. Again, I do prefer it warm, but who really cares? It still tastes really good. So another one on the recommended list is the tonkatsu sandwich. Last but not least is a fruit sandwich. That's right, it's a fruit sandwich. Fruits inside a sandwich. This one is featured on our food tour. So if you do come on our food tour, we've stopped by a very delicious fruit sandwich place near Tokyo Station. And believe it or not, it's actually one of our biggest hits on our food tour. People love the fruit sandwich. At first, you might not think that you like it, but in fact, when people try it, it becomes one of their favorite things that they discovered in Japan. And if you do join us on our food tour, we talk more in depth about it. We go more into the history of how the fruit sandwich is developed or how we think it was developed. But for now, I'm going to show you just what the fruit sandwich is. Unfortunately, the one that I got today is not the strawberry fruit sandwich. The strawberry one is a very common, normal one. Today they had tangerines, which is still good enough for me. One of my favorite sweets and desserts. Basically, to explain it, it's two milky breads sandwiched by cream, fruits, and a little bit of custard on the inside. So good. Try it on our food tour. Highly recommend. It'll definitely be one of your highlights of trying foods in Japan or in Tokyo. But yeah, those are the top 5 breads and sandwiches that you should try in Tokyo or in Japan. And if you come onto the tour with us, we can go more in depth about the history of different kinds of breads and different kinds of sandwiches. But for now, those are our top 5 breads that you can find in Japan. And I'll see you guys in our next episode.